A neutron initially at rest decays into a proton, an electron and an antineutrino. The ejected electron has a momentum p1 is given over here, which is equal to 1.4 into 10 raised to minus 28, p2 which is equal to 6.5 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg meter per second. Okay. Find the recoil speed of the proton if the electron, in the first case, if the electron and the antineutrino are ejected along the same direction, and in the second case if they are ejected perpendicular to each other. Okay, mass of the proton over here is given as 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27. Now first of all, understand that there are two possible cases. Okay, there are two possible cases. In the first case they are ejected in the same direction, in the second case they are ejected perpendicular to each other. Let us first solve the first case over here. Okay, so if I consider this was the neutron over here, now it has split into three constituents. Proton and electron are moving in the same direction. Okay, proton and electron are moving in the same direction with a momentum p1 and p2. Okay, so two particles are moving in the same direction, so the neutron has to move in the opposite direction with a momentum, let us say p. Okay, now initial momentum will be equal to the final momentum, that is the momentum before explosion will be equal to momentum after explosion. So I can say that p1 plus p2, okay, momentum before collision was 0, okay, or before explosion was 0, that is p1 plus p2 minus p should be equal to 0, or p1 plus p2 should be equal to p, that is the momentum of the proton. Okay, now p over here will be equal to, or I can say that now p can be written as m into v. So v over here we have to calculate the velocity. It will simply be equal to p1 plus p2 divided by m. Now the momentum are given as 1.4 into 10 raised to minus 28, which can be written as 0.14 into 10 raised to minus 27. Okay, and over here of the second particle it is given as 6.5 into 10 raised to minus 27. So I will take minus 27 common. The mass of the proton is given as 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27. So you can clearly see from here this part will get cancelled out, this part will get cancelled out. So this will be equal to 6.64 divided by 1.67. Okay, so 6.64 divided by 1.67, it will roughly come out to be, if you calculate the value, okay, so it will roughly come out to be, okay, it will roughly come out to be, this is 1.4 into 10 raised to minus 28. So this will roughly come out to be, if I divide the value, it will come out to be 4 point something, okay, 4.1 or 4.2. Okay, roughly it will come out to be 4.1 meter per second. Okay, it will roughly be equal to 4.1 meter per second. In the second case, okay, when they are moving away from each other, okay, when they are moving at perpendicular to each other, sorry, not away from each other, in the second case when the proton and the electron are perpendicular to each other. So again I will consider the same thing. There was a neutron over here. Now the proton is moving in this direction and the electron is moving in this direction. Let this be the momentum of the electron and let this be the momentum of the proton. Okay, antineutrino, sorry, okay, antineutrino. Okay, so the proton will now move in this direction with a momentum p. Okay, let it be equal to mv. Okay, let the momentum be equal to mv. Let this be equal to alpha. Let over here this is equal to alpha. So this will be equal to mv cos alpha and this will be equal to mv sin alpha. Now I can clearly say that mv cos alpha will be equal to momentum of an electron, and mv sin alpha will be equal to momentum of a antineutrino. So basically if I want to find out the value of mv, I will square and add both of them. So mv the whole square, sin square theta plus cos square theta will be equal to 1. It will be the momentum of the electron the whole square plus moment of the antineutrino the whole square. Okay, so this will be the value. So v basically will be equal to root of pe square plus pa square divided by mass of the proton. Okay, pe square plus pa square divided by mass of the proton. So when I calculate this value, pe square plus pa square, it will be equal to, now this is given as pe square is given as roughly given as 6.5 into 10 raised to minus 27. So I can take minus 27 common. So it will be equal to 6.5 square plus 0.14 square. Okay, But if you consider, okay, divided by mass of the proton, over here mass of the proton is equal to 1.67, okay, mass of proton is already specified over here, okay, mass of the proton is 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, okay, into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, okay. So 6.5 square plus 0.14 square, when I square this term, this will roughly come out to be 6.5 itself, okay, this will roughly come out to be 6.5 square divided by 1.67, okay, or square root of 6.5 square will be 6.5, okay, into 10 raised to minus 27. So minus 27, 10 raised to minus 27 will get cancelled out. It will roughly be equal to, again it will roughly be equal to 4 point something, same, almost the same value, okay, of 4 point, or basically I can say that it will be equal to 3.9, okay. So roughly it will be equal to 3.9, it will be little less than that part, okay. So we have to calculate, okay, we have to calculate the speed or the recoil speed of the proton. We have calculated in both the terms, in both the sides it almost comes out to be same, but in the first case it was exactly opposite, okay, it was moving in exactly opposite direction. In the second case all three of them are moving in different directions.